So in this video, we're going to learn how to solve by completing a square. We already did a video when a equals 1. Now we're doing when a does not equal 1. So your objective is that you can solve a quadratic when a is not equal to 1 using completing a square, and then you can recognize the situations when you could use completing the square. So in the other video, the previous video, a did not equal 1. So we need to figure out a way to make a equals 1. Well, notice if a is 2, the way we can get rid of it is we can divide everything by 2, which is in math, if you do one thing to one thing and you do it to every other thing, it's perfectly legal. Alright, so that gives me x squared plus 6x minus 12 equals 0. So now a equals 1, and we could use completing square because a or b is even. Remember, when it's odd, it's a little trickier. You're going to be dealing with fractions, which a lot of students don't like to deal with. So that's why when it's even, it's a lot easier because we get nice numbers or integers. Alright, so then our next step, we need to move c to the other side. So we're going to add 12 x squared. From here on out, it's just the same as the other video. The only step we didn't do before is dividing everything by a to get x squared by itself. Alright, so now we need to do completing the square. Let's go 6 divided by 2 squared. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So I have x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 12 plus 9. Alright, so then we're going to factor, which is x plus 3. X plus 3 equals 12 plus 9 is 21. Well, that's x plus 3 squared equals 21. Alright, so now we need to solve. So we need to get rid of our square to get x by itself. So we're going to square root both sides. Inverse operations. X plus 3 square root of 21 into my calculator. And we're doing 2 decimal places, round to the hundredths. 4.58 is plus or minus 0.58. Right? So now we write our 2 equations since we have 2 answers. X plus 3 equals 4.58. X plus 3 equals negative 4.58. Minus 3, 1.58, x equals minus 3, x equals negative 7.58. Alright, so we're in our second example, so I guess you could say it's the example B. Again, we need a equals 1, so the way we get a equals 1, because it's 2, is we divide everything by a. Well, now 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we get x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. We need to move c to the other side, so you have x squared minus 4x equals negative 1. Alright, complete the square. And we're going to half of b. Or b divided by 2 squared, which is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. So you have x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals negative 1 plus 4. And then the next step is to factor. X minus 2. X minus 2 equals 3. X minus 2 squared equals 3. Square root. You get x minus 2 equals plus or minus, let's calculate the square root of 3, 1.73. Do my 2 equations. That's negative. Add 2. X equals 3.73. Have one answer. One x-intercept or solution, or zero root. Remember all those names. And then this would be 0.27. There you go. Alright, so last one I just kind of took away the steps to kind of go through it without the steps, which you probably have been doing in your homework. So again, I need a equals 1, so I'm going to divide everything by a. So I get x squared plus 2x plus 13, or equals 13. Alright, c is on the other side, so I can complete the square. So I go 2 divided by 2 squared, b divided by 2 squared, which is 1. So I get x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 13 plus 1. I'm adding to both sides to balance my equations. Factor x plus 1, factors of 1 that add up to 2 is 14. X plus 1 squared equals 14. Square root. X plus 1. Calculator. 14. Too much. 14 square root would be 3.74. Plus or minus 3.74. Alright. I get x plus 1 equals 3.74 positive, and x plus 1 equals negative 3.74. Minus 1, x equals 2.74, minus 1, x equals negative 4.74. Alright, and that's it for the video. Again, a equals needs to equal 1, so the way we resolve that is divide by a to everything. And then again, we only use it after that point that b is even and when a equals 1. Just a reminder to do reflection to get credit for watching this video.